RedShirtArmy podcast, just giving you a quick little supplemental log for some of the stuff in the Season 2 update on Tribble. We're going to take a look at some of the bridge interiors, and I've kind of shrunk down my resolution just a little to help kind of get a better grasp of them, because when you actually get a look at them, you're going to understand what I mean. Some of the interiors do look pretty awesome, but they're a little mismatched for scale. When you go to your bridge, you're now going to have basically two sliding doors on either side, and they do slot. You don't have to zone in and out of these. The first one on the left hand side takes you to basically the captain's quarters. As you can see, it's just the captain's quarters. You got some nice little L cards, panels, and decorations, and you've got some things over here where you can set up trophies. We'll take a look at that in the lounge. And a generic fish tank. I'm wondering if every Federation captain quarters, or excuse me, ready room, gets a fish tank. Gonna be kind of cool. And another generic plant, more shelves for trophies, and your traditional cars, computers. Now the doors do slide, and they are proximity based, just like on the show. So when you go near one, it opens. When you move too far away, it closes. Open, close, open. There we go. And it's kind of cool. It's a neat little tiny immersion effect. On the right hand side, this takes you to a turbo lift. Now this one will take a little zoning for a couple of places, but other than that, you can have options are, if you take a look in the lower right here, you can go to the crew deck or engineering. The crew deck is where most of the stuff is at. On the crew deck, as you can see, right now I've got it set to the small ship interior, which you can do in the ship customization window. Just click the bridge button, and there will be a layout tab where you can select small, medium, or large. I think it defaults to large, I'm not sure. The default was pretty friggin' fucking huge. Basically, it made the crew look like midgets walking down the hallways, and they're still a little dwarfed, you know. And I think the pathing for the NPCs is a bit strange. For some reason, my crew like to just stand around almost neatly like bowling pins. I don't know why they're kind of huddling here, but that's life on a starship for you. Now, you will find some sliding doors that you can go into. Some will take you to certain places, and this is the captain's quarters. And it looks just like the quarters from TNG. You've got your little couch area. Right now, you can't really see stars, which I guess they have to do because it's instance, but that would really add some immersion if we could get star streaks and stars going outside. You got a few paintings and stuff, and the bed, more plants. I'd like to know why this guy is just randomly in the captain's quarters, having himself some lunch at the replicator. I'm the captain of my ship, dude. Why are you here? Go. The other door doesn't go anywhere. You'll find a lot of the sliding doors just don't lead to anything. They're just there for decoration. And on the crew quarters, if you look at all these doors, most of them don't lead anywhere. Like I said, they don't go to anything. And the NPCs, they'll just, walk into them end on end. Now you will find a few doors. I really wish they would put some kind of marking above the doors to tell you what's what. This will take us to the lounge. Now the lounge is pretty cool, and it's kind of a hybrid between 10 Forward and Voyager's Mess Hall. It's really this kind of intriguing amalgam of both. Now, this is some of the trophy stuff. As you can see here, when you get close enough to the trophies, just like in the ready room, a little button will come up and says Set Up Trophies. You can click it, and you can choose from the available shelves or floor panels you have, and then you can choose from like displaying models of your ship. Like if you look here, I've got a model of the Defiant, my favorite ship there. This big thing here in the middle is a trophy from one of the Q missions in Borg space. There's a bat lift for my kill a shitload of Klingons accolade, and you can display them, and you can change those at any time. You can just move them around and change them. That's kind of cool. So you can definitely kind of show off stuff to your friends. And it's a pretty wide open area for the lounge. Uh, One neat thing is, if you go up this ramp, and I'm pretty sure these are universal for all the ships, they do have the poker table. You can't really click it or sit down or do anything. There's no interaction for it, but it's there. So hopefully we'll get some sort of poker mini game in the future. Even though we're playing Star Trek, it still adds a piece of the Star Trek universe because they like to play poker. It really is a hybrid between 10 Forward and Voyager because you've got like the Voyager mess hall, but then at the same time you kind of have the 10 Forward lounge type setting. So I guess they kind of filled it up with what they thought would be cool mixture of both. Now you gotta forgive me, I don't know my way around this. Is my first time kind of going in and out of this stuff, pretty much just like you guys. If you check out on Tribble, so that's pretty much the crew quarters itself. There is sick bay around here somewhere. I wish I could really find sick bay right now. Is this the turbo lift? No, here we go, sick bay. Now sick bay is sick bay. That's a double noun. The sick bay of the ship, there we go, is Voyager's sick bay. It is a ginormous version of Voyager's sick bay. Voyager had 3 biobeds, I believe. This has a lot more than 3 biobeds. And it's still got the doctor's office right around here, even though there was supposed to be just a little doorway, not some big open area, but nitpicky. Moving on. And you've got the little research area he had over here to the corner. So it's definitely Voyager's sickbay, just really bigger, which is cool. I mean, I can understand making it a little larger, though I do wish they had shrunk those some. So we're going to find our way back over to the turbo lift really quickly, and we're going to check out engineering. Here we go, and back down to the action panel thing here. And we're going to go to turbo lift engineering. And this will be the last instance that you zone into for the ship interiors. You come out, and there's going to be a lot of little side doors that you really can't go into, so it's kind of trial and error the first time. Now, this isn't engineering from any one show. As you can see, they really need to scale this down. I mean, as cool as a humongous fucking warp core looks, it's not really canon too much. And I know the game is the game. Ooh, I could tell right. Kind of cool. You don't have to buy the species to get them as your crew. That's kind of neat. You have these gigantic warp cores and ships that aren't this size. Like, this is a Tier 5 Prometheus Escort class ship. Okay, it's bigger than the Defiant. But imagine if you had this size warp core on a Tier 4 Defiant. Yeah, it doesn't add up. It's a TARDIS effect. The starships are not bigger on the inside, They shouldn't be. And this is definitely not engineering from a show, because none of them had these gigantic ramps that you look on. And I'm really hoping, as you can just see here, one of my NPCs like try to commit suicide. The pathing of the NPCs definitely needs some work. It's kind of cool how they run around, and it's neat that there's a lot of them. But a lot of times they'll just, they'll run and jump off of ledges, or this guy who's just typing on a console into nothing and then randomly walking away. You'll come into a room and you'll find people standing on tables, or like that dude in the captain's quarters, just doing whatever he's doing. Now there is one little more door. Where did it go? It's around here somewhere. That will take us to... I'm lost. I'm so lost. It'll take us to the turbo lift. And from the turbo lift, you can go to the other areas. And the only other place on the engineering deck is the transporter room, which you can't really do anything there. I mean, it's got an NPC and all the transporter controls and LCARs, but you can't do anything. I mean, I guess it would be kind of cool if you just want to go there and hit leave ship interior, and boom, you're done. There is one side room here that I thought was kind of cool. It's an engineering lab that like Data and Geordi had on TNG, and it looks pretty similar. It has an astrometrics feel to it, so that's kind of cool. And there's nothing here right now. Maybe they'll add an engineering minigame in the future, but it's kind of cool how they have that there. And that's pretty much ship interiors. So hopefully they'll add some more, do some tweaking, definitely fix some pathing and scaling issues, and get that out the door with Season 2. If you want to check out more videos and more information, check out RedShirtArmy.com for more of our podcasts. Follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/RedShirtArmy. We're live every Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern on Ustream, ustream.tv/channel/RedShirtArmy. See you guys later.